Welcome to Backyard Science. My name is Marilyn. I work at the Marina Library with the Monterey County Free Libraries, and today I have a bit of a surprise. A few weeks ago, when I was filming the bird bonanza video, I saw some bats. So today I will show you some bat footage, and then we will learn some fun facts about these often misunderstood tiny flying creatures. I know we normally learn about bats in autumn because of their association with spooky things, but they are around Monterey County most of the year, except when they're hibernating in the winter between November and March. So today we will look at them. Oh my gosh. You can see the way it's flying. I don't think you can see it very well, but it's definitely a bat. See if I can get the silhouette on there. Cool. I was able to tell that those were bats and not birds because of their distinctive silhouette and flight pattern. I noticed them swooping and fluttering in a way that birds generally are not able to. And I also saw the distinct scalloped pattern on the outside of their wings. So now for some facts about bats. The first thing about them is that they are mammals. They breathe air and they have fur and they nurse their young. They are nocturnal, meaning that most of them come out at night to hunt, and they roost during the day in colonies or individually depending on the species. These roosts can be in trees, caves, or even buildings. They are the only mammal that's able to fly under their own power. Other mammals, even though they have names like flying squirrels, only glide. They are able to do this because over millions of years they evolved kind of modified hands in which their finger bones are very long with webbing in between, and the webbing also extends between their legs and tail too. And then they have this kind of vestigial thumb claw on the top as well. They are more agile flyers than birds because they have joints, but birds gave away their joints so that they could fly more efficiently, so they use less energy than bats do. They eat everything from insects and fruit to nectar, pollen, and even some species do drink blood. However, blood is not a very efficient form of energy, so most of those species live in Central South America, and there are only about 3 of them that feed exclusively on blood. Many of the bats in this area are microbats. They use echolocation to be able to hunt and move at night. Echolocation is something similar to what dolphins use. They send out a very special sound. It hits the object and bounces back to them, and they use their big ears to be able to make a sound picture of the objects that they're looking for, which are generally insects. Bats are a very important part of our ecosystem. They can eat their weight in insects every night. Now, most bats weigh less than an ounce, but that's still a lot of mosquitoes, which you don't want biting you. Often these insects can decimate crops, so this is a very important service that bats can provide for us, and they're a way that they are very important to our ecosystem. If you ate the proportional amount of food that a bat did, if you were 100 pounds, you would need to eat 400 quarter-pound hamburgers to eat as much as a bat does, proportionally to your weight. So that gives you an idea of how much food bats need, because they use a lot of energy when they fly. The other thing that they do for ecosystems is they pollinate and disperse seeds, because some species of bats eat fruit and nectar. Sometimes when they're roosting in their caves, because millions of them can be in one place, their poop, called guano, can be harvested for fertilizer. They can also carry diseases, so if you ever see an injured bat, make sure to not touch it and call animal control so that they can move it or care for it. So we know that bats are an important part of our ecosystem because they eat bugs and pollinate, but unfortunately many of them are endangered because their specialized roosting sites are being destroyed by humans to make room for more houses or other developments. In Monterey, many of them roost in old oak trees. So it's very important to do research and figure out how best to not harm our native bat populations that are very important to keeping our ecosystem healthy. There are around 16 species of bats in the Monterey County area. So when you're out at dusk, sometime between March and November, when our bat friends aren't hibernating, don't forget to look up for the Bat Brigade. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something about our often misunderstood little flying predator friends, and I hope you have fun exploring and asking questions. Take care. Bye.